Hi Flosstube, it's Lily at 42 Stitches and I'm doing one more video before the New Jersey retreat. I was hoping to do it last week, but I had an opportunity for mom to watch the girl while I was home from work and I had to really get into the garden, get stuff done, so I didn't do video. I was just focused on doing that. Everything is looking pretty good out there now. And I just got home from work today, had a few minutes since dinner's pretty much ready and the house is actually looking in decent shape. Decent, I say, not perfect. So I figured let's do a quick video before I don't have any time this week because I gotta get ready for New Jersey retreat. I'm really excited about this, guys. I don't think I have too much to show stitch-wise, but we have haul. We have some haul. I was holding out until the New Jersey retreat and I was gonna go ahead and just, you know, have myself a ball buying there, but something snapped in my brain this past week and we made some purchases. So we got a fair amount of haul to show you. This does not mean that I won't be still purchasing this weekend, especially since we've been informed of some discounts we'll be getting. So we'll see what happens, right? No definite plans on my part. So where should I start? Mother's Day was yesterday. Hope everybody had a great Mother's Day. Whether it was for you or a mother in your life, hope everyone had a great time. We had a really nice time. Nothing particularly fancy, but all things wonderful. Let's start with my stitching since the last video. I think I've really only worked on one thing since the last video. I'm kind of really focused on just a couple of pieces lately to just get them done, and I got things done. So, Travel Through Europe by DMC Portugal. It's the free sale from last year. There we go. You see that? It's done. That's right, baby. I finished it. Yeah. Let's have a look at those bottom blocks. I think Vienna was done last time I showed you guys. That little Mozart, he is so cute. If he wasn't done, here he is. Now you see him. And then Portugal, Lisbon specifically. Love it. God, I miss Portugal. Love Lisbon too. It's one of my favorite cities. You got the Galo de Barcelos, which Barcelos, that's the rooster of Barcelos. Barcelos is actually a town up in the north. And I won't go into the story now of the Galo de Barcelos. But he's pretty much like the symbol of Portugal. You find him everywhere. And the trolley trains in Lisbon. Lisbon's a city of hills, so lots of trolleys to get you around and funiculars and stuff. And that's Ponte 25 de Abril, 25th of April Bridge, which looks like the Golden Gate Bridge. There's some connection, I think, to the Golden Gate Bridge. I forget if it's the same architect or someone who studied with that architect or something. I forget exactly what it is, but there is a connection to the Golden Gate Bridge. It looks like the Golden Gate Bridge. And that's Torre de Belém. Belém is actually technically just outside of Lisbon, but it's kind of considered part of it. Love it, love it, love it. Madrid. I have no idea what the bear is about. I don't know. And I'm not sure what these things are either. Fields of flowers or something, maybe? I don't know. Madrid's a little bit of a mystery to me. But it's pretty. I like it. And Rome, the only other city in this whole thing that I've actually been to. I went there 2 Septembers ago. Wonderful time. Went there for my sister-in-law's wedding. Had a really great time. Their wedding was near Naples, but we, my husband and I, took a little mini vacation while on vacation. Left Tobias with my mother-in-law and sister-in-law and her husband's family. They all took care of him while we took a few days away in Rome. I was pregnant with Molly at the time. So you got the Colosseum, a little Vespa. The cat's cute. I like the little cat. Anyway, done. And I got stats somewhere. Where do I have stats? Let's see. My little stitch book here. It's not very little, it's actually quite big. So I started it on 3/6/17. And it's 28 count white Monaco. I already told you, free DMC sale. And then I finished it, here we go, on 5/12/18. And it was a grand total of 112.25 hours, more or less. I don't really have it that accurately recorded my time, but I try to keep it fairly close to the quarter hour. So, not bad. There's that. Now I just have to actually FFO it, and I'm gonna turn it into a wall hanging for my son's room. So, let's see if I pick out some fabric and just do like maybe a, I don't know, 2-inch border all around, maybe something like that. And then just probably do a quick little stitch on all the corners, like a tie. Not really like quilt, but just kind of tie it on those spots so it stays together. A little batting in between the fabric, and then hang it on his wall. So let's do a pan, get all the details. Hopefully that was pretty good. I love it. I think it's so colorful. It's a fun piece. And hopefully my son enjoys it too in his room. So that's kind of it. Those last 3 blocks were really what I've been focusing on. I think Vienna was already done in my last video. Maybe a start on Portugal at the time. But basically those last 3 were it. And my last video was what, 2 weeks ago maybe? 2-3 weeks ago? Done. And that's it. Now my next focus is going to be back to Siren and the Shipwreck, Mirabilia. Right there. Probably started it up again tonight. I haven't actually picked it up. I didn't do any stitching yesterday, and was it Saturday that I finished it? Yeah, I think Saturday I finished it because I needed to pick up the last bit of floss for that last block in Rome. So I went out to the store that morning, and then that evening it took me like 15 minutes to put in the last stitches, and then it was officially done. I didn't do any stitching yesterday, but I'll pick this one up again today, just to remind you where I am. The whole top half is done except for beading and the 1/1 skin, of course, I'm still working on that. But everything else is completely done. So it's basically just the bottom half I need to finish up, which is the big tail part and the rest of this green. Big tail bit and the green back here. A couple little tendrils here and there. So I'll be working on that in between, you know, continuing with the skin. I kind of take a break from the 1/1, do a little bit of that, then I do the regular 2/2, and then go back to 1/1, back and forth. And then once all the 1/1 skin is done as well, there's a little back stitching for the face, of course, and a few other little spots. And then I can start beading. But I am going to stitch this until it is done with all the cross stitching part. And then I will put it down for a little bit and go back to beading. So the retreat, I'll probably be working on this for the most part. I'd say like, oh, the needle's here. Ha, let's not lose that. Let's weave that in a little bit tighter. Yeah, I'd say like, I don't know, pretty much most of the time that I'm stitching, I'll be stitching on this. I am also going to bring my anniversary piece because I haven't worked on it in a really long time, and I'm getting concerned I won't get it done in time for our anniversary, but I don't know how much I'll actually get done at the retreat. Frankly, I feel like it's going to be 75% socializing and 25% maybe stitching, maybe. From what I've seen from other people at other retreats. So we'll see, but I do want to try and get as much of this done. And I mean, this is going to be 3 days of just me time on just me schedule and just me agenda. I have not had that since before the kids. So we're talking almost 4 years now, where I'm going to be just totally on my own, doing whatever I want. No time limit of I have to do this by this time, I have to stop to go do this at this time, or anyone. It's just gonna be me for 3 days, and I'm just starting to wrap my brain around that right now, actually. Like, obviously I signed up for this retreat a while ago, but it's just hitting me now that I will be master to no one. I mean, not master to no one, slave to no one, really. For 3 days. Not that I'm complaining about my life at all. Mind you, I wouldn't trade my life for the world. It is far different from my single days where I could do whatever the heck I wanted to, or even when I was a kid and I was an only child. Obviously, you have your parents you have to answer to. But even then, as an only child, it was just my time. I did what I wanted to when I wanted to. And I'd never had really a lot of big long-term relationships when I was single. So it's not like I had that kind of a life either. I just kind of floated around and did what I wanted, and it was great. But ever since I met my husband and marriage and kids now, especially the kid part, you know, there's always somebody else that I've been like, oh, you know, we're going to do this together, and then what do you want to do? And it's not a bad thing. Again, would not trade my life for anything. But I just haven't had that level of freedom in such a long time, and it's just hitting me now this week that it's like that's basically what this weekend is going to be. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with myself. Yes, I do. Who am I kidding? I very much know well, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself, but I know I'm going to be fine. Even if it's just sitting there doing nothing, it's going to be my choice of sitting there and doing nothing. I don't know. Sorry. It's like I said, it's just dawning on me now. So it's good stuff. Let me put the pattern back in here. Yeah, put it in. Okay, so that's it for stitching. Nothing else. Kind of been a little bit monogamous lately with the stitching, just because I wanted to get those things done. One is already off my plate. I'll FFO the Travel Through Europe piece sometime in August, I think. Probably would be a good time for that. And then Siren and the Shipwreck. Like I said, I want to get all the stitching done hopefully by the end of May. And then I'll do beading in June sometime. And then hopefully by the end of June, she'll be done too. So that'll be great. And then I can start new things, because I bought a crap ton of things, guys. For me, this is a whole lot. I don't usually do this. So how are we gonna do it? Let's do it chronologically, I guess. So this one, and then these guys here, okay. So 2 weekends ago, I was down in Jersey at my mother-in-law's, which is, it's actually close to where the retreat is. We go down whenever we can. Sometimes it's more often than other times, but it can be a little tricky with the kids, obviously. But we went down 2 weekends ago, and they have an LNS close to them, another one, because Needleworkers Delight is close too, but this other one is even closer. It's Where Victoria's Angel Stitch, I think that's what it's called, and it's in, oh, I forget where it is. 30 minutes from Secaucus. That's where it is. Anyway, I went to the shop just to look around, and I saw this, and I was planning on purchasing this and starting it for not this year's birthday for me in September, but next year's birthday, because I already had something else planned for this birthday start. But I saw it, so I figured, well, let's just buy it, and then it's just ready to go. And next year, September 2019, I just need to get the fabric and I'll make sure I have all the fibers, and we're good to go, which it's all DMC except for some beads and some metallics. Yeah. Angel of Love by Lavender and Lace. This guy is so stunningly gorgeous. I've seen a few other stitchers stitch her up, and the photos are extraordinary. And I know the photo does not do it justice, as with most of these patterns, but I am super excited about this one. So, so pretty. I kind of want to almost start it even earlier, but there's so many other things I want to start that I'm holding off for, not this birthday start this year, but for next year's birthday start. So very happy with that one. So did that. And then I went to my LNS a week ago. And that one was kind of planned because for this year's Mother's Day, I said I was going to buy myself tapestry from Ink Circles. So I went up there and I ordered it because they didn't have it there, which I kind of knew because I've gone there a few times and I haven't seen it in their Ink Circles pile. And they don't really get too many, they get new pieces in, but tapestry is not new like this year. So if it wasn't already in there from the other times I had seen it, I would expect it to be there that time. So I ordered it through them just to order through my LNS versus doing it online. And then when it comes in, I'll buy the fibers and the fabric. Although I might do that this weekend at Needleworkers Delight because, well, it's a little discount off of all those, gas threads. And then if I have all the threads there, I can do floss toss on top of the fabrics that they have there. So we'll kind of see. We'll play it by ear. We'll see how it happens. So after ordering that, I kind of perused a little bit, and I had a lot of time that day to do it, and I didn't have the kid with me, which is a rarity. And I perused, and I saw this one, Eleanor Rigby, Blackbird Designs, which I love, and I've seen other stitchers do it. So I had to grab it. I had to get her. And I don't know which way I want to do it. If I want to do it in this sort of darker muted colors or the more colorful version here, which they call it, what, something baby, right? Sweet baby colors. Because they're both really pretty. I think I lean more towards these, and I've seen some other color conversions online as well. But there's something I really like about this sort of, I hate to use the word drab colored one, but you know, more neutral, let's say. There's something really pretty about that too. But I feel like I'm probably going to end up leaning towards more colors. And, you know, I could stitch multiple ones, why not? But the reality is there's so many other things that I want to stitch that I kind of have to pick the one that I'm going to want the most because it might be a while before I get to stitch it again in another color, you know? So I don't know when I'm going to start this one, but I have it. It's ready to go whenever I'm, you know, moved to do it. So that's one. So I kept poking around some more, and I saw another one that I thought was really pretty. This is Glendon Place, and it's called Give Thanks. It's kind of a similar feel as Eleanor Rigby. I thought it was pretty. That's a good Thanksgiving one. I don't really have any Thanksgiving stitches, so that'll be a nice one. Again, get you guys a good view of that. Hopefully that wasn't glare. And then I saw this guy. It's Ursula Michaels Designs called Forget Me Nots, number 211. I thought it was just a little pretty stitch. I don't know yet what I'll do with that. I don't think I would frame it up like that. I kind of feel like I maybe turn it into a runner, like keep repeating this pattern. You know, big block, small block, but big block, small block, and just keep repeating it. Make like kind of a long table runner maybe. I don't know yet, but it was pretty. And it was there, so I got it. Really nice. And then last, I got another Blackbird Designs Stars and Stripes. Because I don't have any Patriotic Stitches. Oh, we need to correct that. So I like this one. I like this little sampler. Very nice looking. So that was last week. And then less than a week ago, so shortly after this, probably like a day or two after this, I go on to 1-2-3 Stitch because I needed some floss. I actually needed some blending filament for my anniversary piece because I wanted to work on that possibly at the retreat. So I was like, well, I gotta make sure I have enough of everything. So, you know, you're already ordering, you gotta order more stuff, right? So I start looking through my my wish list, and since I said from the other day I needed some more Patriotic Stitches, I got this guy too. Might as well get 2 of them. Red, White, and Bloom by Country Cottage Needleworks. And then I've been wanting Halloween stuff all last year, and then this year got filled up with plans for a bunch of other stuff that wasn't Halloween. So I'm just really racking them up now for next year to really get into the Halloween spirit, which I love Halloween. Halloween Delivery by Plum Street Samplers. I think we've all seen a few people do this one. It's a really nice one. I love it. Look at a giant crow. Come on now. Love it. Love it. Getting it done someday. And then I've seen a few people posting Satsuma Street designs, and it just always strikes me how colorful they are, and I really like them. They're not generally my style. Like, I like them, but they're not generally something that I'm going to stitch up and put around, if that makes any sense. But I do really like them, so I got one because I like it. And it's seasonal, so I would put it out during Halloween. It's not like something I would have out all year long. Or maybe I will. Maybe I just really love it once it's all stitched up. And I think I actually already have some fabric that will work for this. It's not quite as purple as this. It's a little bit more on the blue side, but I think it might work. But again, I won't get to it until about next year, probably. Yeah, and that's Halloween Cat, the name, Halloween Cat, Satsuma Street. Because look at that. Look how colorful that is. Love it. All right, that's it. That was all my damage. That's all I got. So, I'm gonna go and try and catch up on Flosstube now because I am so behind, and I feel like I'm gonna get to Flosstube retreat and I'm gonna be like running into people who know me, and I'm gonna be the jerk who doesn't know them. Or it'll be people who I do watch their Flosstube and I just haven't watched in forever, and I'm like blanking on basic things like names or something, you know, like Jennifer at Felicity Stitches. I'm guaranteed I'm going to call you Felicity because I'm going to think, oh, Felicity Stitches. I know you're Jennifer, but I'm still going to say it because I'm going to be a putz, and that's just how it's going to roll because that's my life. So hopefully this is just a preemptive apology to anybody who's watching me, watching my videos, and then you see me this weekend. If I draw a total blank or say something really stupid, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot sometimes. Hopefully I don't, but I feel like it will, because my brain focus is not there lately. So know that I still love watching all your videos, and all the cross-stitching and the cross-stitching. I mean, you guys know we love the cross-stitching community. So anyway, see you everyone. Bye.